everyone, this is Biophoenix here, and today I'm going to be doing my first review video. I'm going to be doing my first game review on the Sega 32X, which to me is a pretty underrated console, and considering it was short-lived, it also looked pretty damn silly. That game is Knuckles Chaotix, which is made by Sega, and it's also a Sonic-related game as you didn't know already, and it was released in April of 1995 in North America. It's basically your average Sonic games, but the way you go through the stages is really weird. Like, you ring the bell and it goes around kind of like a slot machine, and it picks the zones you're going to play and the stages for each, which is something different that you don't see very often. Oh, and in case you haven't noticed, why are you using two people? Well, the whole other thing that makes this game really different is that your two characters have a rubber band ring, which is used for speeding up and help getting around to places that are hard to reach. But sometimes I find the control to be kind of annoying with that shit. Now you're probably also wondering, what is the game about and what's the story? The story is about Knuckles, who guards a carnival island, which to me that sounds like a creepy ass island, but Dr. Robotnik finds a power emerald, aka the Chaos Emerald, which most people call it nowadays, but Dr. Robotnik uses it for his evil devices, and the emerald is used to power the entire island. But apparently Vector the Crocodile, Charmy Bee, and Mighty the Armadillo were visiting, which I have no idea why the hell they'd be doing that, but anyway, they just end up getting captured. But when Espio the Chameleon is about to get captured, he is saved by Knuckles. That is basically your story, and that's where the game pretty much begins. So there is a new cast of characters for this game, and you're probably wondering, where the fuck is Sonic? Well, he is not playable, but you do see him somewhere in the game though at the end, which I won't spoil anything. But I have heard that Sega scrapped them from being from the game, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know for a fact that there is a prototype of this game called Sonic Crackers, and it's basically the same thing, but instead it's with Sonic and Tails instead. But it's only a prototype game, so don't expect it to be all like amazing shit, okay? Now I find the graphics in this game look really nice for its time. Just look at the freaking colors, man. And it does have some pretty nice 3D effects, which is pretty cool. And you know, the whole point of the 32X add-on was to play 32-bit games, so it does look nice on that. But you can really tell the 3D looks nice during these bonus stages though. As for the music, it is good for a Sonic game, but not as memorable as most other Sonic games, but it's still pretty good, I think. As for the control, like I said before, it's kind of a bitch sometimes. After some adjusting to it, they're okay, but kind of surprised me at first, because they're not as easy as the regular 2D Sonic games. But there is some pretty damn cool power-ups, like going really big kind of reminds me of Mario, and each character actually has their own special ability. For an example, Espio can run up walls, which I find to be pretty cool. And I really do like the night and day transitions in this game. I don't see it very often, but I know there are some games out there that do it, but I can't really name them at the moment, but man, they actually do look really nice in this game. And as for finding this game, I find it to be pretty hard to find. Like, it's not really rare or anything, even though it does kind of go up in price on the internet. But I know most 32X games are pretty hard to find around stores, considering the fact that this system was very short-lived and all that shit, and also the fact that there wasn't really a lot of games that were released for it. But if you do own a 32X, I do recommend actually looking for this game and getting it for the 32X, because I personally think it's probably one of the better games for it, and it's the only Sonic related game on the 32X as well. So if you're a fan of Sonic and you own a 32X, I think picking this up should be a good idea for you. If I had to rate this game, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, which I think it's pretty good. The only problem I have with it is that the controls in the game can be really annoying at times, but I do find that it is kind of hard to play it for a Sonic game, considering, well, yeah, like I mentioned, the controls. But if you're new at playing Sonic games, I'd just stick with just playing with the first one, and then go to this one eventually. But of course, this is just my opinion. But the new characters in this game have been in other Sonic games, like Espio, Vector, and Charmy have been in Sonic Heroes on the GameCube, PS2, and the Xbox, and the PC. But those characters only show up once in a while sometimes. But as for Mighty the Armadillo, he has been in an arcade game called Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, but that arcade game has only been released in Japan. But other than that, he was never really been in another Sonic game again. But it would be cool to see him again if Sega brought him back into a newer one with more of a personality to him, but I don't know if they're ever going to do that though. But if they ever did, I just hope to God they don't make him annoying as fuck. Well, that is the end of my first review, and I hope you enjoy. All comments are welcome, and thanks for watching.